waking up now. In theory. Okay, I'm testing again. Alright, it seems to be going okay, which is surprising for my first stream back in close to 2 months, but that's why I'm streaming when no one is watching, because it's not about you, it is about the experience for me, and also me being totally makeupless with like a bunch of zits, so the less people who watch, the better! For those who are watching, or who come around in the next 2 seconds, I am playing... Sorry, there's going to be a little bit of scuffling while I move some stuff around. I am playing Tavern, which a lovely person in my life got for me. I played the demo on Wednesday, not on stream actually. It was just sort of in honor of Demo Wednesday. But it was very cute and it was very narrative heavy, which has kind of become my channel's thing. I just narrate games. It's my life. So I thought, why not? Now's the perfect time to really live out my narration
Once upon a time
dreams.
in a world far, far away. In a realm ruled by dragons and magic. Well, actually it was this land specifically. Not that far away. Let me start over. Once upon a time, somewhere in Gaia. Not that far away. There was
I'm
a
desperately
tavern.
hoping this is not fully voice acted,
My
because the
tavern.
demo was not voice acted at all, which was great because I
A
like
place
doing
for
narration.
anyone looking for an adventure or a quick refreshment. A place open to everybody. Even jackdaws, I suppose. But I'm not just your typical innkeeper. My drinks are infused with magic to aid ambitious adventurers on their quests. To make sure they always return victorious. Big shoes to fill, I know. Then again, what's the worst that could happen?
Has that made it worse? Excellent. It's not voice acted. Ha ha! Okay. There is hope yet. Alright. Hi, innkeeper. How's it going? All fine and dandy? Can't complain. How about you, Fable? All fine and dandy? Yes. Yes, all fine and dandy. I had such an exciting day. Really, really exciting. Did you go on an adventure? Even better, I took a walk around the grove, and then I replanted a mushroom that had fallen over. Then I patiently waited for it to turn into a mushroom monster, or a mushroom mimic, maybe a gnome. Did it? No. But I got to take another walk around the grove. How was it? Great! I got to see the same stones, the same trees, the same amaranthine hydra guarding the entrance to Avalon, the same moss. I even got to water the asters. They didn't really need it, but I was there, so... Sounds very exciting. Who am I kidding? My life is as exciting as a roasted nut. Nuts are healthy. Very thrilling in sources, or as a snack. There are various types of nuts: walnuts, peanuts, hazelnuts, ones we will not discuss on stream, but they exist. I'm allergic. Oh. I didn't know that. Oh, no worries. I mean, I never told you. And hey, at least something would happen if I ate a nut, just not something very fun. Moving this forward just in case. anaphylactic shock and all that. Does that count as adventure? No, I think that counts as a mistake. So what you're saying is that you're missing some spice. Oh, no. I have a very sensitive stomach. I don't think chilies would help me much. Though I'm very good at growing phoenix chilies. I was talking about the spice in your life. That's what you meant. Well, yes. Yeah, exactly, that's it. There's no, chili flakes, no garlic, no dragons. Just a lot of salt. I'll have you know, if you want to know about salt, there is a hell of a story out there, and quite the country you should go and visit. For those who are not familiar with Hungarian folk tales, we literally have a fairy tale called The Salt, and it's just about how awesome salt is. So don't knock on my friend Salt, alright? Like, salt is pretty good. I'm like a bland soup. So a classic case of boredom. Do you know that feeling when nothing exciting is going on in your life? Like, life isn't bad, but it's also not particularly fun. Have you tried adding some zest to your soup? Drama, buzz, excitement, something fiery. Go to the theatre or a gala. Arrive in a hot air balloon. A hot air balloon. Don't they fly up really high? Yeah, I think that's the point. Oh, I'm afraid of heights and of people and of actors. And I'm... Stop. It's too early in this game for this character to be reading myself back to it. Back to myself. Like, fuck you. Fuck you. Start talking about your existential dread, alright? Just hit me where it hurts. But apart from that, I'm trying. I tried singing, but what is singing if not the telling of a tale? How can I sing of things if I never lived through anything? What do you mean? Well, day in, day out, I live in the same green soup of routines. Sure, I have my forest and I look after it, but I want to get out there and see something. Like, for example, listen to this song I started writing. I wish to be a hero, slaying mighty drakes. I wish to meet a pretty nymph resting by the lakes. A pretty nymph? That's pretty daring. Of course it is, that's the point. Finding them enjoying themselves in the water. The sun shining through the treetops, making the stream glisten in fragmented light. A divine beauty. I'd love to sing about the exciting, magical things I encounter. But to be honest, the most exciting thing in my life is coming to your tavern and discovering new drinks. Not a lot of songs you can write about that. I wouldn't mind a jingle. I'll think of one. Can I mention nymphs? I'd prefer if you didn't. Okay, maybe one day I'll get to offer them their own jingle. In the meantime, can I offer you a drink? Yes, I'd love a drink. The usual, yes please. That means a swift strike, in case you forgot. Thank you for the reminder, Fable. It's my favourite. It always makes me feel like a feather-light nymph floating on the waves of a sunny lake. Do you want to be with a nymph or be the nymph? Both? But mostly I want a swift strike. Message received. Although, I was wondering, I've been coming to your tavern for so long and I still don't know anything about how you make your drinks. Could you show me? Okay, alright, here's the thing. If this was the real world, I would say yes no matter what, because I can't say no to people. especially nice people. And it's like, it's not that big a deal. Like, obviously, I'll show you how to make the drink. But I played the demo, and I went through the tutorial, and I know how to make the drink. So I'm not going through the tutorial again. So this is nothing to do with her, or it, they. Oh my god, it. What the fuck, Dorothy? They. There's nothing to do with them. I just don't want to do the tutorial again. So let's assume she knows how to make the drink. I'm not actually saying no. This hurts my heart to press. I'm sorry, but I took an oath to take the secrets of mixology to my grave. Really? No, but I do value my secret recipes. I understand. I guess I'll just have to try and recreate the Swift Strike from memory alone. Yeah, good luck with that. I shall make you a proper one for reference. Alright, so I didn't want to run through the tutorial again, but for people who are interested, whether you're watching live or on my archive later, it's very D&D centric, which is amazing because we love a good bit of D&D here. I will not bore you with the journey that it has been to try and be able to fit Baldur's Gate 3 on my computer. I'm still not able to play it. I might be able to play it in September, which is, you know, when I won't have any time to play it at all. But anyway, so all of these drinks, they're all different, like, essences. So I think this one's courage, this one's swift, this one's wisdom, this one's... No, courage and bravery are the same fucking thing. All right, let's go through the journal and I'll show you. So we've got the Swift Strike. So this is very much the drink that we want. So we're going to draw the recipe later. But first, here are our ingredients. So we've got Ignis, which is a spicy potion that can make a warrior out of everyone. So it's a strength buff. And then we've got Cantio, which is charisma. Pluma, which is swiftness. Tempest, which is, this one's wisdom, isn't it? Yep, that's wisdom. And Frigis, which is defense. So strength, charisma, dexterity, intelligence, defense. Any of my DMD friends would know that that's normally something you roll for. So there is an element of, it's not just like coffee talk while you're all talking, and it's just sort of like relationships and that sort of like, I'm lonely and I don't have friends and I talk in a video game. And I'm not saying that derogatorily. I'm lonely and I don't have friends and I talk to people in video games. I stream to no one because it makes me feel like there's just people around. So like no judgment there. But so it is a little bit like coffee talk, but then also there's this sort of D&D element to it, and you're mixing these drinks. And from my understanding, as you go on throughout the game, like the drinks that you mix kind of give the heroes certain buffs, and so it kind of might change the outcome of whatever tales they are going on. So it is a really interesting concept. I'm very excited about it. So we're doing a Swift Strike. So the mechanic here is a bit interesting because it's not like normally it's like you want 2 parts of this and then a part of this and then mix it together. It's a bit more visual. It really reminds me of those, I don't know if other people who watch me have had to do these fucking things, but those psychology reports you have to do at work, and they're like, you're an introverted, powerful leader, and you are the loneliest person in the team. You would benefit from not talking to anyone ever. Like that's, and you get like a folder. I have it somewhere in the mess back here. I actually have mine that I had to do with my work team once, and fun fact, I actually was. I'm gonna find this report and prove it at some point, but I was actually the most introverted person in the entire office. Like, everyone else ranked around like a 5, which is like, yeah, we're pretty social. There were a few like 9s, and there was one person who had answered 1 to social, and it was me, baby. So, and I knew it was me because I knew what I answered. So that was fun. Anyway, Swift Strike. So it'll go up like so. So you've got to be a bit careful because I have overfilled it before, and then you can't add in the other buffs that you need. But also took me forever during the demo to figure out, just a little extra, there we go, to figure out how to actually pour the frickin' drinks. I just thought I was going crazy. Yay, Swift Strike. Here you go. Enjoy. Thank you, this is exactly what I needed. These adventures you dream of, aren't you scared they'd be the end of you? Maybe, but how would I know if I never try? Do you actually want to try? Well, yes, I want to tell great stories, but... Then but what? Never mind. Ooh. Goth. One of those edgelord players, you know? Oof. How can I help you? A drink? For you? Right. What kind? Drinkable. Oh my god, we get it. You're cool. Very specific, thank you. How about a spoken heart? Some charisma couldn't hurt. Sure, whatever. Sounds like my ex. Alright, a spoken heart. Here we go. Draw the recipe. We are going faux charisma. To dance. And we're going two. We've got two. We've got it, yep, down. So one here. And I believe one here. And the spoken heart. Pretty. This should be digestible. Maybe even tasty. Thanks. Almost washes away the memories of that banshee haunting the lonesome lagoon at night. And her bone-shattering song of sorrow. Almost. Okay. Alright. The brooding type, I see. What are you thinking about, Fable? Tell me your hopes and dreams. Just dreams? Oh, sorry. Just dreams. Fuck. I'm good. Yeah. Yours or someone else's? Mine. Other people seem to have the courage to follow theirs. Why can't I be like that? Isn't that up to you? I wish it was. My brother says my dreams are a fool's errand, that I'm running away from where I belong. We are rangers, Fable. We belong to the woods, like the stream that ripples down the mountain, or the birds in the trees. We keep the balance. It's what we're meant to do. And is that what you want to do? Yes. No, not really. I want to experience things outside the safe borders of the forest. I want to live a life so full of adventure, boredom will feel like bliss. I want to be brave and strong. And I want to sing songs about my adventures that make other people yearn for that same freedom. Of course, I could never leave the Ashen Grove behind forever. It's my home. But there's nothing wrong with going away from time to time, right? I mean, my brother looks after the Grove, as well as my sisters. I think it would be fine without me. Then you should do what your heart desires. Will it stop aching then? I think so, yes. What if it's wrong to leave, though? What if destiny never meant for me to leave? And what if it did? That would be a dream come true. Be your own genie, Fable. Your adventures start with you. Thank you, Innkeeper. You really are the most exciting part of my day. Just had a free therapy session. I mean, it wasn't free. It was like $20, but still. This is a problem because I feel like she should have an accent. Maybe Russian. I don't know why I did that accent because we all know that's not Russian. Greetings, traveler. How may I help you? Fuck. No, it's not. It's not the dialogue. It's the fact that I was about to do a Russian accent and it's been a while. And I'm fucking Eastern European. I can do accents. Well, I can do Eastern European. You own this establishment, innkeeper? No, I can't fucking do it. Nope, I can't do accents today. Last time I checked. With whom do I have the pleasure? The name's Carolyn. You can call me Care or Lynn. Couldn't care less. Nice to meet you, Lynn. What can I do for you? Perhaps something to drink. You do the thing with the quests, right? So they say. Do you want one? You can have a look at my notice board. No quests for me, but I may have one for you. Or your notice board. Tell me more. I heard of a werewolf making trouble up in Trägarin, terrorizing farmers, tearing sheep apart, the whole program. A werewolf? That's news to me. Listen, me too. Didn't see one in almost a decade. That was far south of Erover. Been wondering if it's the same one just moving up like a nomad. I thought the werewolf hype died along with that one romance novel. You mean the one with vampires? I think so. Nah, that just split society into two camps. Team werewolf or team vampire. Which one are you, innkeeper? Now, full disclosure. I have not read, or never read, the Twilight series, nor have I ever watched the movies, nor am I interested in reading or watching the movies at this point. I do not have a particular side. I think all of them are pretty cringe. But just because I don't want to look like a simp, we'll go with Team Vampire. So you're into fangs, are you? An innkeeper never tells. You little rascal. I like you. Likewise. What about you? Vampires? Why? They're wolves too close to my kin. Yeah, I'd rather stay away from them. Is that why you don't want to take care of the werewolf yourself? Yes. No. I'm just afraid he might look a little too much like my Uncle Dragan. Would feel bad slaying that fella. You know, hunched back, hairy, crooked teeth. Is that a werewolf or just Uncle Dragan? You can't tell. Same fate befell Aunt Olga. I'm sorry to hear that. Nah, that hag had it coming. Never fall behind your grooming schedule, or before you know it, the next wannabe Van Helsing will strike you down with a silver arrow. Do the Van Helsings also hunt werewolves? Don't know. Don't care enough to check. Either way, that's Southern Werewolf, yeah? Right. Anything else that might help others get done with it rather swiftly? Fetch. Pardon me? Should they get into a dangerous situation, they'll just have to start playing fetch. That works. On any dog. Trust me. Good to know. Thanks, Lynn. It's not that hard. Either Carlin, Car, or Lynn. Gotcha, Lynn. Alright, Chief. You got a name, or is it just Innkeeper? Just Innkeeper for now. Playing hard to get, I see. Well, Innkeeper, then before I venture on, you've got a drink for me. Of course. What would you like? I'll take something powerful. Something with a whole lot of strength. And don't you dare give me any of that watered down muck instead. Strength. Then we are going for a Southern Brawler will be the one. Just by the name. Strength. Oh god, she's singing again. Oh. Just a little titch. And that one. Southern Brawler. Love Andu. Very cute. A drink with 0 water, as requested. Not bad. Just what I was craving. Thanks. Where will you head from here? Perhaps back west, through the Ashen Grove. That went Irish. Got some business to take. That went Irish. Got some business to take care of. What kind of business? Personal business. Care to elaborate? No. But you won't stop asking until I do, will you? No. My cousin claims her crops are being stolen by undead snails. That is... Why am I going fucking Scottish? It's just the swear show today, by the way. Obviously, I'm pretty sure she's hallucinating. But I did hear some folks complain. One moment, please. Yep. I did hear some folks complaining about an undead uptick in the west, so might as well humor her. And make sure she hasn't turned into an undead snail herself. Something like that. Yeah. It's odd, ain't it? Resurrecting the dead. It's certainly unconventional. That's one way to put it. I think there's not much use digging up the past. It's just going to open wounds you stapled shut. Or eat your face. The past haunts everyone willing to listen. Ugh. Would you mind talking like a normal person? I ain't exactly up for philosophizing. You started this conversation. And I'm ending it. Alright. Well then. If you find any more rumors for me or need aid, don't shy away from coming back. I'm more of a lone wolf. I don't do groups. But sure, for more work, I'll be back. I'll be waiting. Speaking of rumors, you know how to turn them into proper quests, right? I do. Don't want them going to waste. I've done the demo, so I know how. I've got it. Thanks. Good. Good. Enjoy the lone wolfing. Alright, time to assemble a quest. I love it. I love the trope of the tavern being the quest board, because every D&D campaign starts in the tavern. So that's 1, 2, and 3 for a new quest about a werewolf. I got a new drink bottle. It's very snazzy. Because I'm going to the gym now, like a good person. I'm being healthy. Cute. The Prelude to Bravery. I swear to God, if I have to do any more accents, I will die tonight. But let's start the day. It's a sad story that my co-host has not shown up yet, because he is currently sleeping on top of my horse blankets. So again, if anyone is watching, yeah, things look a little bit different. A lot has happened. I left my husband for domestic violence reasons. And so his stuff is all out, and I had to move my horse. I have a horse. I know, I talk about him in a lot of my fucking streams. The dogs are in a safe location. The cat has already come home. The horse is currently in a secret location, like a safe secret location. But all his stuff had to come home with me. And so the cat has fallen in love with this selection of beautiful rugs. And I have some of my other favorites. This one's a favorite. By my feet, because I ran out of space and he keeps knocking them over. So I have one horse. I have enough rugs for an elite FEI competitive barn, but they're mine, and it's my addiction, and this is my channel, and I can do what I want. So shut up. Anyway, so that's why my background looks a little bit funny. Okay, sorry, back to it. Fable's back. What do you have there, Fable? I found this on your notice board. It says a werewolf is terrorizing Tregarin. Is that true? It is indeed. Have you sent anyone after it yet? Maybe that hooded guy from yesterday? I saw you looking at him. He's pretty, isn't he? Not yet. What kind of hero are you, looking for? One who knows their way around difficult terrain, woods even. Preferably one who is good with a bow. One who tells me they want the quest. This feels like flirting in like a really painful way. I'm good with a bow. Yes, Fable. And I know my way around any woods. I know, Fable. And maybe I want the quest. Just maybe. No, not just maybe. Since yesterday, all I've been able to think about is you telling me to follow my heart. And then I step into your tavern and the quest practically jumps out at me and I think, hey, there's a start for an adventure. It's near a forest. You know forests. You live in a forest. And werewolves are basically just normal wolves, but slightly scarier because they are also human. But you've talked to humans before. I say that to myself every morning before I go to work. And you got silver arrows for your birthday last year, and they're just collecting dust in your room. I need to stop editorializing, but also, like, I mean, what do you get the girl who already has everything, right? And I thought I could ask you if anyone had taken it yet. And then? I didn't think that far ahead. I see. Or rather, I did, but then I thought, what if I take the quest? Then I have to go on the quest, and I have to fight the werewolf, or talk to the werewolf, which is worse. Because what if the werewolf doesn't like me? And what if, when I try to shoot it with my silver arrow, I miss and shoot a tree instead, and then the tree would be mad at me, but it wouldn't really matter because I'd be dead because of the werewolf. That took a quick turn. So maybe I should put the quest back. Fable? Yes? Do you want me to tell you to take the quest? Maybe. I can't make this decision for you. Neither can I! Whenever I have to make a difficult decision, it's like I freeze in place. And suddenly, I'm unable to move until someone makes the decision for me. Like a slime. A frozen slime. A frozen slime that can't move. I've met slimes less anxious than you. You've met slimes? My tavern is open to everyone. Oh, right. What do slimes drink? Water. More slime. Bones. You sell bones? Yeah, only to slimes. Ah, maybe you'll be able to add my bones to your menu soon. You'll just have to pick them up from the forest floor. I think I'd have a hard time convincing a werewolf to give up free bones. Why are you so anxious, Fable? My therapist has been asking me that for over a decade. I can't answer him either. In general? I think answering that would take up more time than we have to spare. That was savage, honestly. About taking the quest. It seems to me like you want to take it, but you're trying to talk yourself out of it instead. Oh, well, I do want to go on that quest. Werewolves may not be the best muses, but it would make a good start for a song, right? The prelude of an epic. Fable, the protector of the woods, the world, the worms. The worms? They seem like they need protecting. But every time I think about embarking on a quest, and I start to think more deeply about what might happen, or my bones start to shake and I feel dizzy. Is there something making you feel like you might fail? Aside from the bloodthirsty werewolf? Well, we don't know what it's thirsty for. It might prefer orange juice. It might. Well, heroes have history, right? Great feats they can look back on to prove their bravery. Inspirational adventures that remind them of the light and the dark. I have the opposite of that. Great mistakes and epic regrets. Like the Mary Morgan incident, or my first encounter with the Amaranth Hydra, or the reason why nobody wants to spend time with me. Oh, we get to ask. Oh dear. Where to start? Why does no one want to spend time with you? Hello, buddy. You gonna come on? You gonna be my co-host? Don't look at me like that. You know you're the one who brings the views. You wanna do a big yawn? Yeah. 1 second. Hey, yo. Oh, you are so handsome. You're such a handsome cat. Handsome kitty. Yeah. No. Oh, that's a purr. Oh my goodness. Sorry to disturb. Alright. Yeah. Big yawn for a little cat. Okay. Which one? Why does no one want to spend time with you? Here's the star. Come here, buddy. Hey, yo. Here he is. The cutest cat in the universe. Love you. Yeah. Yeah, you want to sit with me for a bit? Okay. Because I'm unlucky. I'm unlucky, and whenever good things are supposed to happen, I ruin them. Yeah. I'm unlucky, aren't I? No matter how easy things might be, nothing seems easy enough for me. Imagine there's one nail sticking out in the whole kingdom. Everyone would pass by it except for me. I'd get caught on it and rip my coat. Did that happen once? Once? I wish it had been just once. It seems like my life only follows the path that's the most embarrassing. Or dangerous. Or dangerously embarrassing. The curse of ill luck follows me wherever I go, like an adventuring companion who secretly wants to kill you. No one wants to hang out with someone who naturally attracts bad things. You're too harsh on yourself, Fable. Am I? You good? You wanted to say hi? Yeah. Just don't stand on my keyboard. You're gonna make the story progress. Just last week, I wanted to gather fresh flowers. The daffodils are blooming, and they make for a nice bouquet, you know? Or hair accessories. They always calm my anxiety when I have them around. But me being me, I confuse them with their evil twin. Oh, buddy. Oh, he's got an impossibly adorable forehead. You do. Oh, dear. The weeping Amaryllis? The weeping fucking hell. Dude. This is going so off the rails. To be fair, I don't think many people watch my stream or watched my stream because of its professionalism. They watched for the cat, and they watched for me having emotional breakdowns. Alright. Oh, buddy. Yeah, you loved it, huh? Yeah. Oh, dear. That's some biscuits. You're making some biscuits, huh? Huh? Amaryllis. The weeping Amaryllis. Weeping Amaryllis. Now, guess what I spent the whole day afterwards doing? Weeping. Like a baby. All day long. When I plucked them, they released their spores, and I started crying. I suddenly felt all the sadness of the world rush over me. I've never been so heartbroken. Bitch has never had depression before. I have. I feel that all the time. I'm sorry. That sounds horrible, Fable. It was. Yeah. Walk a mile in my shoes. Come here, baby. Come here. No, because you're being a troublemaker. Being a troublemaker, little Doritos. It was. Between the tears and the sobs, I managed to make a tincture out of hogweed. It eased the pain, but the tears wouldn't stop until dawn. There's got to be a better way I can do this. I'm so silly sometimes, she says with a cat on her. Ow. He just kneaded into my face. I love you, but don't do that. Ow. Do you want to go on your cat bed? You have a cat bed right next to my desk so we can hang out. Now, I'm very easily distracted. I do apologize, guys. It will get back on track soon, I promise. I just got the cat distraction. Buddy. Do you want me to put you back on your bed of horse blankets? There's a lot of them. I can put some here if you don't like your cat bed. Would you like that? What would you like? The world? Would you like me to set fire to the world? Yeah, you just want to watch things burn. What is the Friday Cozy Corner without loving on a cat? It just does not happen here. Every Friday, whenever I stream, we have some cat cuddles. Every time. It's mandatory. Would you like me to put you down? Okay. He's hesitant. Okay. Buddy. Please just don't mess with my my mic for a bit, alright? Do you want to go back onto your bed? The entire stream is getting paused because of you, buddy. So make up your mind, King. love you too. Use the cat bed I bought you. That was like $70, dude. You'd rather sleep on the admittedly $120 blankets stacked 7 high. So he's got expensive tastes. All right. The cat has left the building. We can actually focus now. Sorry. I'm so silly sometimes. Well, what's the Mary Morgan incident? Yes, the Mary Morgan incident. Didn't you hear about that? Oh, thank God a word didn't get around. It was my very first adventure, the chance to finally escape from the daily grind. Well, what happened? An adventuring party was on their way, passing through the Ashen Grove. Due to the Sylvan spirits, it gets fairly foggy at night, and the fog bears great danger to anyone who isn't acquainted with the spirits who call it home. So, they wanted guidance from a local ranger. A merchant up in Tregarin recommended me. I agreed to help. Of course, my first adventure! Yay! I was so excited, but also very, very nervous. So, of course, it had to go wrong. I think it was the nerves. Why were you so nervous? New people! Seasoned adventurers! One stronger than the next, all in shining armor and armed to the teeth. I wanted to leave a good impression, but my bad luck got in the way. How did it go wrong? I felt their condescending glares on my back as I walked them through the woods. Of course, I don't know whether they actually glared, but my fear got a hold of me and I led them astray. I must have blacked out. I never got lost in the woods before. But this time I did. I couldn't see well, there was blood rushing in my ears, and I felt dizzy. So for some stupid reason, I led them along a path no one should ever take, past the riverbanks of the Shivermere, home to the Mary Morgan. You know of the Mary Morgan, yes? The wrathful spirit that's known to drown men? Not sure if she really differentiates between genders, though. For some stupid reason, I let them right into her arms. I got scared, and in the end, they had to save me. They fought the creature, and we finally found a way out when dawn broke. And the fog ebbed away. I couldn't look at them for the rest of the journey, and I silently bid my farewells when we reached the other side of the Ashen Grove. I was too embarrassed to speak. I'm sure I'm still the laughingstock of every one of their gatherings. How am I ever supposed to set foot in the adventuring world again? To be fair, it could have been worse. I could have led them right into the arms of the wyvern chimera that resides in the Quag Mangrove. They say it has a taste for adventurers. But you didn't. But I didn't. And your first encounter with the Hydra? Well, just a day after it arrived to guard the portal to the Dream Plane Avalon, I wanted to be polite and neighborly, so I brought it some homemade biscuits. Hello. I burned them a little in the oven, but I thought since it had fire breath it wouldn't mind. So I approached the Amaranth Hydra. Hi, bud. And I have this whole speech prepared about how I'm looking forward to having it around. Dude, what are you doing? And how its green scales match my hat. But it was so tall and intimidating, I forgot all about what I wanted to say. So I just set down the biscuits and smiled awkwardly, looked at my biscuits and then at me, and it said, "By the rivers of the stars stands a man who reads the firmament's past. Some things are as sturdy as the gilded ice, some things as changing as the Leviathan sea. All chimeras hate mice, all hydras love tea." I thought to myself, wow, the Amaranthine Hydra has given me a riddle, a quest. Maybe this should be my first adventure. But I couldn't figure out the answer, so I left, and I tried to solve the riddle for 3 days. I was too ashamed to step foot in front of it again, lest it know I was not worthy of its wisdom. But then I couldn't take it anymore, and I ran back, apologized, and begged for the answer. Turns out that's just how it speaks. It wanted tea. Did you get it some? Yes. Then you completed its quest. 3 days late? If it had needed an antidote, it would have died. Would-haves are about as useful as an antidote when you haven't been poisoned. They change nothing. Adventurers don't come tied up in neat, mistakeless bows. Your mistakes are part of your story, Fable, no matter how hard you try and shame yourself for them. I like you the same, nonetheless. You do? Yes. I don't care much for Fable, the flawless hero. I don't think their stories would be very interesting. Fable, the messy adventurer with a heart of gold and an endearing personality, on the other hand, great non-guy, might even be my favorite regular. Don't tell anyone else I said that. I won't. Thank you, Innkeeper. And because I like you so much, I'm going to keep giving you free advice. I hope so. What do you have for me? You seem to be very insecure. I think that's the biggest problem here. How can I not be, when everything I touch falls apart? You know that isn't true. You're right, I'm a great gardener. Everything grows around me, but I seem to just get smaller. Except zucchinis, I can't figure out how to grow those. So in a way, I'm like a zucchini. I'm insecure because I don't know what I'm capable of. You'll have to find that out then. Like, on a quest? For example. Don't you think I'm a little underleveled? Do you think that will change by sitting around? I guess not. Someone has to help those people, right? What if I don't, and then no one else comes around? What if I'm the only chance they got? But what if I'm not? What if there's someone better? The best thing you can do is try to help them. So what if another adventurer swings by, and they're able to make the situation better? Isn't that a good thing? 4 hands are better than 2. And who knows, you might even end up forming a party. Oh. And besides, if it's a perfect hero they want, they'll be waiting forever. I didn't think about it like that. Maybe I shouldn't decide to give up before I even try. After all, I am a very fast runner, so if I screw up, I can just run away real quick. Yeah, that's the spirit. Okay. I, Fable, great gardener and future hero, charmer of nymphs, am going to embark on this quest and save the villagers. And I shall return victorious. Did I do it right? Yes. Good job. I leave the quest in your capable hands, brave adventurer. Would you like a drink to aid you on your journey? Yes. Do you have something that can make me more nimble and quiet so that the werewolf won't see me coming? Something with a lot of dexterity. If I want to fight it, I'm going to need that surprise round advantage. Or maybe something that can help me with diplomacy. Perhaps it's just a hungry lost lichen after all, and it only needs a pep talk and a hug. Maybe we could even be friends. But, okay, I would need something with a lot of charisma for that. I will leave the choice up to you. Just make sure you don't pick a random recipe. Keep it to one of the abilities I asked for. Remember, your choice can influence my fate. It could change the entire outcome of this quest. Just put your blood on my hands, why don't you? But of course, I'm sure you're already aware of that. Sorry for backseat mixing. Right. So I'm just reading through what Frosted Lagoon does. I believe Swift Strike is the most effective for nimble, which is what she wants. As for diplomacy, that would be spoken heart. Sparkling nebula is also a good option. See, my concern is my concern is I believe in diplomacy, but I also don't want to give her like a diplomacy buff on her first mission, or on her first quest, and get her eviscerated. But I also don't want to kill, like, be responsible for slaughtering a werewolf if it's not doing anything wrong. This is tough. And the thing is, she has the swift strike pretty much every time she comes in. Like, it's her favorite, right? So, you would think Sparkling Nebula might be... Let's go with Sparkling Nebula and see what happens. Hope for the best. Sparkling Nebula. This is not the right drink. It has to be a recipe that fits. I thought it did! Fine. It'll go into undo. Oh god, it's the same thing as before. Fine. This game isn't creative enough. I thought my suggestion was far better. Alright. It'll be a spoken heart then. Philistines. Right. A little bit of this one. And a little bit of this one. Spoken heart. Oh, she looks about as nervous as I do existing. This should do it. Thank you. I feel much better. Braver. Farming? No, wait, that sounds like I'm tending to a farm. There are a lot of farmers in Trigaran, and I'm going to protect them all. Or talk to them until they feel better. I'm sure they could use that too. I just hope I don't have to fight anyone. No, I'll be okay. Because of your help, I'll be able to talk myself out of any situation. Thank you again. I think this drink gave me the courage I needed to get started. You got this, Fable. I'll try. Have some faith in yourself. Okay. I got this. Much better. Oh, I almost forgot. I was thinking about how much your words helped me yesterday, and how I'd have to thank you properly if I ever did end up taking a quest. So I brought you some phoenix chilies from my garden. They seemed like something you might enjoy. They possess natural magical properties. If you plant them in the right soil, they can grow to be fire resistant. And consumption can pass that on to mortals like us? Exactly! I thought they might go well with your drinks. They will. Thank you, Fable. That's a very thoughtful gift. Since I'm waiting for another shipment of infusions in a few days, I'll take a look at them all together later. Sorry, I'm just getting, like, distracted again because is this the werewolf that she's looking for? Because it looks like a furry dream. That's... I'm pretty sure I would have seen that on like, DeviantArt. I'll take a look at them all together later. Oh, of course! I'm glad you like them. Maybe I'll order a drink with some next time. But first, I have to complete my quest. I'll see you post-victory. And she's off. I hope Fable will be alright. I wonder what path their fate took. Maybe a zesty one. I hope I was able to help. Oh, here she is. Or he. the edgelord. You again. Me again. And who are you? Someone who wants a drink. What kind? Drink. Yes. Yes, I get it. Could you try being more specific? That spoken heart one tasted fine. Thank you. Another spoken heart. They are popular today. That is the wrong ingredient. Spoken heart. A spoken heart just for you. Maybe it will help you find more words. Good attempt. Perfectly drinkable. Might make me even come back for more. Might not. Thank you. Enjoy. Charming. Little enemies to lovers going on there. Ooh. Ooh. New. Careful. You'll step on my cape. Oh, shush. Greetings, travelers. How may I help you? Not a one of those empty babblers. Both of those would work quite well. Would you prefer a different line? Let's see. Hail and well met, adventurers. Would you like to try me drinks? No, that feels wrong somehow. Could you try one where you just serve us drinks quietly? I'm fresh out of that one, sorry. Ugh. Thought so. You're planning to try and peer into my backstory? Probably. Ugh. I'm warning ya. I'm very good at ignoring non-essential NPCs. Why are you ignoring me? Not you. The innkeep. The innkeep is ignoring me? Not in the slightest. Don't worry too much about him. He's a twad. Quirky. I see. That thing on your shoulder. Is it quirky too? What thing? Oh, my cape! Your cape? That's not his cape. That green fella on his shoulder is an ooze. What's left of it. And the rest of it is on you? Aye. Pretty tough to clean off. May I ask how that happened? You just did? Maybe I can offer you two a drink in exchange for the story and your names. Yes, I love stories. Well then, may I have your name? No, but I shall tell it to you. I'm Sir Alphonse Louis Frederic Duquet de Song. Why did I immediately, I didn't do the accent, but my first thought was, that dude is French. He's just got that French vibe. A slong for Kyle. Kyle? Kyle. Well, Kyle, what kind of drink can I offer you? Blood. Or if you're out, I would settle for something that tastes like blood. Or looks like it. Red is my favorite color. I'll look for something with red in it. We got a few options with red in them. Southern Brawler, I believe, has the most. So Southern Brawler it is. I want a little bit of this. And a little bit of that. We should have a Southern Brawler. And I was right, that's the right drink. Hey, look me smart. Some almost blood for you, sir. Oh, thank you very kindly. That looks delicious. It also tastes delicious. Very alive. Maybe as a chaser you could let me have a bite? No. Okay. And to whom may I offer the second drink? Rhea Frostgrip. Nice to meet you. Yeah, Skip. Just serve me something strong. Something that feels durable. Tough. Like a mountain. Or the caves of Ur. One of those frosted lagoons look close enough. Coming right up. Frosted lagoons. Let's draw the recipe. And got a little bit of this. Little more. And a little bit of that. And frosted lagoon. A taste of just for you, valued customer, number 2. Are you hitting the placeholder text? Let me try. I see you're many things, but not a liar. Tastes like a pile of rocks, just how I like it. So, Rhea, Kyle, what about that ooze-filled story? Fine. Guess you've earned it. Alright. Picture me, deep in the mountains of Dulvermere, with me trusty axe and a good drink by me side. There I was, minding me own business, digging for the good stuff, you know. Hit a gold vein earlier, deemed myself the luckiest dwarf of all time. Had a real big old pile of gold. Then suddenly, this big ooze comes along and slurp. Gone it was. This is a very boring story. Perhaps we could go looking for my cape now. It's nearly sunrise. And? The sun kills you? Oh, right. Did the ooze also eat your cape? Yes. No. Oh. Anyways, I wouldn't call myself the best warrior, but when that ooze slurped me gold, I had to do something. So I took me shovel and dug and hit and dug and hit until there was nothing left of the ooze anymore. Well, almost nothing. So did you dig out your gold? Silly food, she dug out me! And guess what he was clinging onto? The gold? Oh yes! Big gold nugget should be enough to get me to Barovia. And perhaps it can even get me a dandy new cape. I don't think so, sunshine. We had a deal. We did? Please allow me to ask a question. What was that deal again? I get you to Barovia so you can participate in your fancy vampire banquet, and in return, I get the gold. But what about my cape? Where did you last see your cape? Don't even bother. It's a lost cause. We looked every way on our way here. Fought cursed chests, many-eyed monstrosities, undead goons. And I started to wonder, where in his life did this man put his cape? Where everyone puts their cape. Do you know where I put me capes? Where? In a wardrobe! Oh. So you can wear it inside the wardrobe, lad? What? No! Kyle, maybe we could find someone to retrieve your cape for you. We could? Phenomenal! I could put out a quest for you, but for that we'd need a little more information. Good luck with that. First, I need to know where you last saw your cape. Well, I was getting ready to go to the annual vampire banquet hosted by Lord Strut in Barovia. Whoop, here we go. We are going to, not quests, rumors. So a quirky vampire is looking for his... Are we looking for the thing? Barovia. I don't know what we're doing. I'm just reading through it because I'm really trying to figure out what I'm meant to be doing with the book. I didn't press the book. While getting dressed, I realized I couldn't find my cape. My first thought, of course I cannot find it. The cape of invisibility is playing tricks on me. It's quite moody sometimes. Which is truly unfortunate when you want to wear it for an important event. We all know how important a fancy cape is for flaunting your vampire status. Of course. Then what was the last vampire event you wore your cape to? My wedding. Your wedding? When I married my sweet Evelyn, I simply had to wear my most treasured cape to show how important she was to me. Evelyn. The vampiric Countess Evelyn residing in Morrow Castle. That would be her. Congratulations. Are you still married? Of course not. I hate her. Every inch of her body. Turns out she just wanted... Spit it out, leech. Oh. What? My cape! Rats, here we go again. My sweet Evelyn stole my cape. What now? That little mean, vicious, beautiful beast heard that thief of thieves robbed me of my most precious possession. Wouldn't that be your heart? No, I had that taken out centuries ago, but my cape, I could never live without that. Oh, sweet, sweet Evelyn, how could you do this to me? I trusted her with all I had. That's rough, buddy. Perhaps innkeeper? That's your name, right? Sure. Do you think there's a courageous adventurer out there brave enough to retrieve my precious cape for me? I'm afraid that my sweetest Evelyn will kill me on sight if I ever set foot in her villa again. Yes, I think we can find such an adventurer. We're setting up that search right now. So where could a brave adventurer find Morrow Castle? Deep past the abyss of dread, at the foot of a mountain range that looks like a witch's bosom, towers the mansion of my dear Evelyn, Queen of Darkness, Temptress of Men, Flamenco champion of 1467. The right hero should be able to outsmart her and escape with their life. But be wary, she bites. And she may be invisible now. Alright, I think I've got everything I need. I'll write up a quest for you. I'm sure you'll have your cape back in no time. Right. Okay. And I hope so. That reminds me. Not another cursed monologue. Innkeep, quickly, another drink. I don't think I can make it through another tale of woe without some artificial stamina. I need another lagoon. I'll see what I can do. Another lagoon. Too much lagoon. Yep, too much lagoon. Just a little bit. There we go. Aw. Damn it. Some liquid stamina for a valued guest. Let me try. You got it right again. I might even last till dayfall with this. Kyle, would you like another drink as well? No, I cannot drink now that I am consumed with thoughts of my lover's betrayal. Oh, it ails me so. Everything ails you. The whole way here we were complaining about having to walk. My bat form doesn't work like it used to. I'm out of practice and the slime weighs heavily on my shoulders. And my back is all itchy. By the dragons, could it be because you insisted on sunbathing? Oh, all right. Innkeeper, do you have a drink to protect me from the sun? Perchance something that would also moisturize my delicate skin? I'm afraid not. Oh, that reminds me. My Aunt Matilda used to harness the powers of a chimera's saliva for sun protection. A chimera? A thing. A beast made out of several animals. Got 3 heads and all, made by the dragons to guard Gaia. Likes to eat people for breakfast. Yeah, I'm aware. I just didn't know its saliva could be so useful. Ah. If only I hadn't eaten that delectable bear chimera in the Scarlet Caves, I could have asked for a sample of its saliva. I'm sure that would have gone over well. Actually, I might know where to find one. Really? Will you get it for me then? No. Oh. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Miss Frostgrip, dearest Rare, perhaps we could alter our deal. Oh, nah, forget it. I ain't going. With nothing on me but a shovel and ooze goop, I'm no match for such a beast. No problem. I can make it another quest for my trusted board. And when will it be done? Tell me, when can I walk among mortals in the glistening sunlight once more? As soon as a fearless adventurer picks it up and succeeds. Especially that part. Oh, splendid! Did you hear that? A quest just for me! Let's leave it at 2. Say, Innkeep, while we wait for someone to do his work for him, do you perhaps have a room or two? Possibly a room without sunlight. Wouldn't want Snow White to go up in flames over here. Sure thing. I've got a couple of barred up rooms. You can stay there. How much? You can pay when you leave. Grand. Seems like they gave you more personality than usual. Keep it up. Maybe you'll become a real girl one day. I am a real girl, thank you. Thank you. Enjoy your stay. You too, tasty creature. Oh dear, very happy. Let me do my... No! Yes, okay, good. Quirky vampire looking for his cape. He seems confused. Wanted to go for a stroll in the sun. The vampire lost his cape on his wedding day. Be wary of invisible threats. That's the first one. Innkeep. And then we are looking for... Here we go. According to... Okay, so we want that one, that one. There we go. There's the Chimera. And we got 2 new quests. Should be wrapping this very soon just because I'm getting dizzy. And it's 10. Yeah, I gotta be a responsible grown-up at some point. Right. So this is the toss-up, whether we do another day, because that one did take a hot minute, or whether we call it a night here. I think we push this one more day, and then I'll go to sleep. It's almost like having to give a countdown to toddlers before they go to bed. Like, I can't just leave now. Let's do a little warning first. So let's do this one. We'll do new friends and former enemies, and once that day is done, we will also call it a night. Oh, Wolf Boy's gone. My shipment for infusions finally arrived this morning. I now have access to some Fey crystals and frozen pine cones. Together with Fable's Femix chilies, I have 3 infusions now. I'll unpack them later when I have some time. I have a feeling they'll be of use soon. Meta. Oh, the Russian and the me voice. So, innkeep. A drink for me and this lanky pal. It's good to see you too, Lynn. She meant to say please. Welcome back, Fable. You look alive. Thank you. I am. That seems like a given. I'm just happy to see them doing well. And with a friend. We ain't friends. We're not? So you two didn't form a party? No. Oh. Then what's the drink about? They may be very annoying, but they did just help me solve a family feud of over 10 years. So I owe them some of your dishwater, at the very least. Family feud? I wouldn't call it a feud, more of a miscommunication. No. It was a feud. I feel like feud implies a certain level of hostility. I was gonna kill him. I thought that was a joke. It wasn't. Oh. But no one died? No. Elfie here was able to prevent that. It's Fable. Whatever. Does this perchance have something to do with your quest? It does. I stopped her from killing the werewolf. A little bug. Elaborate, please. I was going to kill the werewolf. They stopped me from killing the werewolf. What's not to get? A lot. I think she's confused because the quest was to save the villagers from the werewolf, and now it sounds like I saved the werewolf from you. Which I did. Kind of. I also remember you saying you didn't want the quest, Lynn. I didn't. Was there by chance. They were both stealing sheep. Was not! Sure was. Adventuring don't pay what it used to. So you steal other people's sheep? Mind your own business. How did any of this lead to a successful quest? Well, where do I start? How about at the beginning? Right. I was born on a half-crescent dreaming moon of the quest fable. Right. The quest. Traveling there was no trouble. I know enough of shortcuts to travel through the Ashen Grove quickly. I reached the borders of Tregarens right around dusk. The Ashen Grove thins out around there, and you can catch a glimpse of the wide fields and vineyards, as well as see one farm after the other. An idyllic sight. Well, at least before sunset. Do you have trouble in the dark? Emotionally? Visually? A little. I mean, I reckon I can still see more than a human could, but darkness is darkness, and I am no owl. Thank God. You're already weird enough. Imagine the damage you'd do if you could turn your head all the way around. Who says I can't? Just kidding. Anyway, luckily darkness doesn't affect my hearing. Not the normal kind. What? Nothing. Okay, Um, I heard a creaking fence and footsteps that were failing at keeping quiet. Your ears are failing at being small. So I snuck closer and I saw a werewolf-esque shape picking up a tiny sheep. I was petting it. Well, I thought she was going to eat it, so I summoned up all my courage and I stepped out of the shadows and I said, "Good evening, werewolf. Please put down the sheep." I didn't expect them to be entirely in their right mind, of course, but I wanted to be polite. And I thought it might confuse her and maybe that would help calm her down. It confused me, all right. Who the heck sees a werewolf and the first thing they do is greet them? A polite person. Or an insane one. It worked, didn't it? Because I ain't no werewolf. He wasn't that different. But I'm skipping ahead. To my surprise, instead of a growl, the werewolf, or not werewolf, responded with a "What?" So the confusion plan had worked, but I hadn't really expected that response. So I said again, "Please put down the sheep." And she asked, "Why?" And I said, "Well, because stealing sheep isn't very nice." And she asked who I was. No, I asked, "Who are you? A guard?" I was about to introduce myself when we heard this blood-curdling howl. It sounded like someone had ripped a hole into the fabric of reality and then pierced it with a horrid yell. Please, it was barely a bark. And it made the blood freeze in my veins. I had panting and heavy footsteps. I barely dared to turn around. You turned around immediately. But when I did, I stared into the twisted face of a werewolf, yellow, gleaming eyes, gleaming with jaundice. Sharp teeth, giant claws. He looked like he wanted to eat me right up. He did. But before I could beg for mercy, suddenly something rushed past me and lunged at the werewolf. When I regained my composure, Carolyn and the werewolf were on the ground, fighting tooth and nail. And the sheep you were holding? Obviously, I set it down at that point. Oh, that's good. So you went to Fable's aid? No, that ain't it. I noticed the wolf's flannel rags. They were blue checkered, had an uneven print. Just like the kind of stuff Uncle Dragan likes to wear, that old... Hey, why can't I say that? What the... Youth protection. The age rating system is quite harsh. Anyway, it was dressed like Uncle Dragan, smelled like Uncle Dragan, fought like him too. I was joking when I brought it up before, you know. Haven't seen the old man in years, was coping about it by joking. That's the only way I can talk about him these days. Because of the feud. Yes. He used to be my favorite uncle. Then he changed. Became irritable and angry, distant. Fought a lot with Uncle Fedor. Cared more about the moon than he did his own family. Eventually he just left, ran away without a word. Left us and Uncle Fedor behind, worried senseless. Until we found a letter saying not to look for him and all their savings missing. Swore I was going to kill him if I ever saw him again. Always thought he just couldn't face up to his problems. Turns out his solution was just to get these problems as far away from everyone as possible. Idiot. Did you talk it out with your fists? I tried, but Elfie stopped me. I'm glad they did. How did you figure that out? Well, she was yelling at him. I didn't understand half of it, but I could tell she was angry and hurt. I tried to get their attention by telling them to stop, but they wouldn't listen, so I shot an arrow right next to both of their heads. My aim was a little shaky, so I did end up grazing Mr. Dragan's ear, but I got them to stop for long enough to start listening to me. I threatened them that if they didn't stop to talk, I would shoot them both. I would have never done that, of course, but they must have believed me because they actually stopped to listen. Looked mighty scary there, little pal. Thank you. I sat them down and did my best to be an insurmountable obstacle between them. If they wanted to fight, they would have to go through me. That sounds rather dangerous. waterfalls. Wouldn't have stopped for them. What? They're the size of a stick? You think you could stop 2 angry wolves? Oh, well. Anyway, I used the opportunity to figure out what was going on. And that's how I found out about Mr. Dragan and Carolyn and the miscommunication. Feud. The feud, sure. Turns out that after Mr. Dragan had turned, he was too ashamed to admit it. But he couldn't stop the changes and ended up hurting all the people he cared about. That's no excuse, of course. No, it ain't. If we had known, we'd have helped him best we could. At the very least, we would have built a sturdy shed with scratch-proof walls for full moons. He didn't think that would have happened, though. So he decided to fix the problem by leaving, deal with it alone, and so on. But that only made it worse. Of course, he was too embarrassed to come back, so he just focused on the whole werewolf thing and not any human things. Or Vukakikan things, so to speak. Trying to find a cure, trying to avoid the Mune, trying to find a place to sleep, stealing sheep. That's something they have in common. The sheep? No, the stubbornness and the unwillingness to ask for help. But the sheep too. But they had to talk about it. That silent resentment wasn't good for either of them. And you got them to do that? This little stick is oddly persuasive. Had us talking about it before I even realized I didn't want to. Maybe because you did want to. Maybe. So how did it go? Fine. We'll take some time to accept his apology. We'll have to see him change first and apologize to Uncle Fedor and the rest. But it was good to see him again. Guess a hug did feel better than a great sword in his gut. Wonderful. Of course, there's still the problem with the whole werewolf thing. Idiot got so obsessed with a cure he still can barely control himself. We helped him realize that even a cure couldn't change what he'd done. That he has to accept he's different now and learn how to live again. Of course, it won't be easy. No change ever is. I learned that from you. But we have a group of werewolves living near our settlement. A small community that enjoys the company of our warm trees. We play charades with them a lot, and they taught me about the phases of the 7 moons and the secrets of the moon signs. That sounds like a bunch of... It's real. You're a crescent moose. We introduced Mr. Dragan to them, and they promised they would take him in and help him deal with his lycanthropy. That sounds great. It is. It's a happy ending. I wouldn't call it an ending, rather the beginning of something new. So the end of one adventure is just the beginning of another one. Exactly. I like that. So, after your heroic therapy session, you two decided to grab a drink together. Got offered to spend the day at the settlement, but they don't serve anything strong enough for my tastes. Plus, Elfie was dying to get back here. Was talking about how they need to update you on everything non-stop. Would think they live here or something. I had to report back about the quest. I'm glad you did. I also started crafting something with the werewolves. Said something about it being for you, innkeep. Oh, really? Yeah. It's not finished yet, but I'll let you know, I promise. And that wasn't hard, was it? Well... Awkward. So a drink. What can I offer you, Lynn? Surprise me with something that fits my brawn. By which I mean make me the usual strength never gets old. She likes the brawler. The southern brawler is her favorite. I remember that because it's the drink I made her. Ta-da. One of thesies. And one of thesies. Cha-ching. Southern baller. Thank you, undo. Surprise! Not bad. You should do this professionally. Yeah, I'll think about it. Fable, what about you? Do you have something that'll calm me down? Maybe even bring some of my agility back? Like a swift strike back to my senses. I've had a stressful day, night, morning, sequence of events. A swift strike, our girlie's favorite. And this one. My energy is running low. It's not because of the game, it's because I am old and I'm up past my bedtime. Here you go. Thank you. Wow, this is perfect. You look tired. You look tired, Lisa. Are you tired? I am so tired. It's okay. I'm doing what I love. If you're implying that I stayed up all night trying to solve that puzzle, you'd be right. Just going down a Simpsons tangent because I'm tired enough. Want a hint? I don't need a hint, Ralph. But you're suffering! Fuck. I'm good. Yep, I'm good. I'm good. I'm actually really glad no one's watching. I have considered sleep. They do look like they're going to pass out any second. So do you. Maybe sleep is a good idea. Shut up, Danica! Carolyn, do you have a place to sleep? I can sleep anywhere. It's a talent. It's depressing. I have a room available. You can stay there. Sounds good. How much? I'll Canada's payment for your help with the quest. Fine. Later, Elfie. See you later. Are you heading home, Fable? Yes, I've been gone for a whole day. I need to get back and make sure everything is still growing correctly. Maybe take a nap first. Yes, that too. Did you enjoy your first quest? I did. It was scary and different from what I expected, and I didn't know I was so good at pretending to be charming. Have you considered that you maybe weren't pretending? You did well, Fable. Thank you. I hope that wasn't my only adventure. I think this is just the beginning. That would be nice. Do you think I'm going to save the world one day? That's a very tall order. You're right. I'm not cut out for that. I didn't say that. I would just prefer it if the world didn't end. Right. But if it does, you're the first person I'd ask for help. Maybe you should ask Cullen first, but I'd be happy to be second. We'll see. Let's hope we don't. I like this world, and you have a point. We shouldn't hope for such a calamity. Even if it would make for a good song. Or a sad one. Or both. I'm going to head home now. Do that. I'll stock up on quests for you. I can't wait. See you soon. See you soon. There's gonna be a night shift, I just know it. Oh. Called it. Oh, he's not wearing a hood now. Good evening to you, too. This quest. It wasn't here yesterday. That is correct. It seems dangerous. It is. And mysterious. Sure. Like me. It is the Edgelord! It is the Edgelord! Are we going to have a murder hobo at some point? What are we gonna have? Fucking called it. You could be a little less mysterious by telling me your name. Zephyr. Is it Zephyr Breeze from MLP? Did the wind carry you in? No. My legs. I want that quest. Well, you can have it. Not just literally. Physically. Emotionally. What is happening? What the fuck? Stop! Who the fuck wrote this? Okay. Shut up. I wasn't expecting that. That's fucking weird. Emotionally? Oh. Yeah, dude. I want to take on that quest. Go to the castle to get the cave. I mean... yes. Uh-huh. Well, no one has gone to the castle yet, so if someone would like to go, they would be welcome to. So you know of the castle? Yes? It seems strange. I can't be an Angelord, I can't do it. It is, a vampire lives there. I heard rumors, whisperings, of a strange, fiendish woman residing there. You want to fuck the vampire? Like, that's, just say it. Just say it. I want to fuck the vampire. That's the goal. What a coincidence. Me too. Has she ever frequented your tavern? No, not recently. But she has. I'm not going to give you a number, bro. Once. At a vampire mixer. Interesting. So, she was only here at night? Yeah. Would you say she was unnaturally pale? Is she the one? No, she had a lot of makeup on. What the fuck? But below that mask. Sure, yeah, would guess she looks pretty dead below that. What kind of drink did she order? Blood. Interesting. You sell blood? Of course. Whose blood? Did you hear about wolves avoiding the castle? Really? All of them? Yeah, she has a lot of werewolf traps set up, but all animals seem to steer clear of Marrow Castle. They say its doors are always locked, so nothing can go inside. Or leave. And anything that tries to merges into her land one way or another. As a grave, a pile of decorative bones, dirt feeding, rotting flowers. They say death clings to her doorstep like an everlasting melody. Sounds like a strange place. Like a tomb for something still alive. Or for a goth. Called it in the first scene. I called them a goth. Goth energy. Goth. Or vampire. She seems to be a thief. It appears so. Do you not sympathize with that? Thievery is an honorable skill, but it must be performed in secret. Or you're not worth the coins you pocket. Also, stealing a man's cape is just plain rude. I suppose. Only thing worse than that is stealing a man's hat. Not if it's cursed. Especially then. Point is, if you can't defend yourself from having your trophies reclaimed, you must live with the consequences. The consequences being you. Exactly. Definitely sounds like you know what you're doing. Of course I do. I am one with the shadows and the wind, gone before they even notice I'm there. So you could easily swipe something else along with the cape, right? Certainly. Gold, gemstones, other treasures. Whatever pays the bills. What about some interior decorations? Like what, for example? Just something to pretty up my tavern a little bit. Maybe something useful that also doubles as a decoration. Like a chair? Stealing a whole chair sounds a little too ambitious for your first quest with me. I'd prefer something smaller, like a little trinket. My walls are still a bit empty. Wait, you're being serious? Yeah, absolutely. A memento that once belonged to an eccentric vampire sounds like a wonderful addition to the tavern. I'll see what I can do. You won't be disappointed. Well then, I trust you to deliver yourself to her doorstep and the cape back to me, along with a neat little addition to my interior design. Sounds like I'll need a few stamps. Would you like some? No, too traceable. How about a drink then? I could do with one of those. I heard your drinks inspire transformations of great magnitude. Allow you to dip into parts of yourself that you weren't previously aware of. Raise yourself up from your shadow. Say, what do you trade them for? Secrets. Secrets. I have many. Grant me one. I shall. I know this may come as a shock to you, but I was here before. Just yesterday. You may not remember because you barely noticed me in the shadows. It's like my 4-year-old's being like, I was hiding, Mom. You can't see me. I'm hiding. I was so stealthy. I spent hours just watching you from afar. That is definitely a secret. You cleaned a lot of glasses, served everyone with a smile. You looked so worried after the adorable green one left. Like you thought they might trip straight into a monster's maw. And you're swift with your hands and fast with the knife. Alright, enough secrets. You may have one of my renowned drinks. And some of my renowned infusions. In fact, I just got a fresh shipment today. I was finally able to unpack them. Infusions? Intriguing. What vile magic do you have to offer? For your purposes, I think you could benefit from either some fey crystals or a frozen pine cone. The frozen pine cones have absorbed some of nature's icy properties. They can help you form a magical frost barrier that will hurt those trying to harm you. The fey crystals hail straight from Avalon, allegedly. If consumed, they'll turn you invisible. Eventually, and for a bit. Duration is a bit unpredictable. I've also got some phoenix chilies, but I don't think those would be very useful for your situation. Interesting. So what dark depths of yourself are you looking to explore? I fear that Lady Evelyn may be of the undead nature, so I must be strong and vigorous if I want my stake in her heart before her fangs are near my neck. Though that does sound appealing. Strength I can do, and some frost armor should help with the fangs. Or perhaps the smarter route would be to evade her wrath entirely, to out-stealth her and steal the cape from right under her pale nose, so that she may lie in the shame of having lost against me. I think such an approach would require a certain amount of dexterity, and some invisibility could help with staying unseen should my speed and agility not be enough. Help me with the decision, Innkeep. Your wisdom is no secret, is it? I'm thinking stealth and invisibility. Okay. Oh. Okay. Okay. Okay, we're giving it a try. So I want to give 1, one of these. How do I get in? Okay. Okay. So then we want something with stealth. Yeah, it'll be this one. And that one's already there. Swift drag. Here you go. A drink that all vampires fear. Garlic breath? Not quite. But that's a good name. May I steal it? You don't ask for permission before you steal something in keep. And it's no longer a clever ruse, but a mere trade. I see. Did you hear about my new drink, the garlic breath? Good one. It tastes like not garlic, but just as fearsome to a vampire. You don't find garlic scary? No. Only the absence of it. Facts. Garlic is not optional, it is essential. That makes two of us. Hopefully this will help me evade her. I'm not prepared for a fight, but I won't need one if my steps are as swift and as quiet as the wind. And if she can't see me, goodbye, innkeep. I would say pray that the sun will carry me back to you. But my hopes do not lie with the realm keepers, and I shall be damned if they control my fate. Expect to see me again after the next sunfall. If you do not, speak of vengeance. Vengeance makes for an early grave, or for a good story. Farewell. Or for a bitter end. Hi, Lynn. I'm really tired. Do we have to keep talking? Oh, she took a quest. I am taking this quest. And a drink. Great. Did you sleep well? What? Sleep. How was it? Ah, fine. Too long. Didn't sleep that much in ages. Sounds like you needed it. No, your beds are just too comfortable. It was hard to get up. Of course. My apologies. I will make sure to take your feedback into consideration. Would you like a drink as compensation? I think I already said that. Make me something strong that will wake me up. And keep me up, too. Always the Southern Brawler. It's always the Southern Brawler with her. I'll live to see the day where it's not the Southern Brawler. A little bit of this. And a little bit there. And we got a Southern Brawler. Something strong coming right up. That is strong. Just the right amount of too much. Maybe I should call this drink the Kalin. No, you shouldn't. Anyway, the quest. Yes, the quest. I'm taking it. So you said. I see it as my turn to make conversation. I miss Fable. Isn't it a bit too soon for another quest? You just returned. It has been hours since I've done anything but sleep, chat, and drink. I'm getting antsy. If I sit for too long, it feels like my bones are disintegrating and I forget who I am. I think that's called boredom. It's torture. That too. Well, boring is not what I would call this quest in the slightest. Stealing from a chimera for a vampire's sunscreen. Couldn't get more reckless than that. could by taking Elfie along. Fair point. Please don't. I won't. So the saliva's for a vampire. Vampire sunscreen. Can't a vampire get their chimera goo themselves? It's a wyvern chimera. Vampires and fire don't mix too well. Also, if everyone just did their own quests, the quest economy would be in shambles. Suppose that would be terrible for your business. Indeed. Does it bother you that it's for a vampire? No. Does it make you nervous? No. You did mention that you like fangs. Did I mention that they have a great sword 3 times the size of your head? I'm sure a vampire would find that impressive. Have you ever encountered a chimera before? No. Not a real one. Got me thinking. Ain't it kind of blasphemous to steal from a draconic guardian? Depends. Are you religious? I guess not. Then no. Would it be if I was? I don't think so. Chimeras steal riches all the time, and they were created to be guardians by the protectors of the realms. So stealing something to protect someone else seems in line with the doctrine. Good thing you ain't a priest. You do a piss-poor job. Thank you. Is blasphemy what you're most worried about? I ain't worried. Okay. Nervous. I ain't that either. Then what is it? Excitement, I suppose. Excitement? Don't laugh. I'm not laughing. I'm asking. Yes. Excitement. I've never encountered a guardian before. And I've always sort of wanted to. Why haven't you? Ain't exactly easy to find one. Or to survive one. This seems like a great opportunity for you then. It is. What's it about guardians? It's less about the guardians and more about what created it. And maybe a little about the chimera. It's got a dragon head, right? Yes, modeled after its creator, I would guess. So, let me rephrase that. What is it about dragons and chimeras with dragon heads? They're cool. Also, when I was little, my Baba used to tell me bedtime stories about the dragons every night. She was a great adventurer and encountered many of their creations on her journeys. Not sure if it's true, but she always claimed she met each of the realm keepers themselves. Had little keepsakes from them and all. My sword's one of those. Passed it on to me before she passed. Left. One day she was gone. Think she wanted to spend her last moments somewhere else. Like to think she visited one of her dragons one last time. Your family has a leaving problem. At least she left our savings alone. That sword and her stories are all I have left of her. Going on this quest, it almost feels like I'm stepping into a memory of hers. Did she ever tell you about a wyvern chimera? No. Was the only kind she never encountered. Had quarrels with those feline ones, different varieties of scales, even a cow one, I think. Never find a wyvern one in all of her years. Would have been nice to be able to tell her the story when I return. If I return. I'm sure you will. You can tell the story to me. I don't know if it makes for a good baba, but I do enjoy a good tale. I'll think about it. You already got me talking too much. This is you talking too much? So, you like dragons? I do. They're fascinating creatures. Very interesting, very magical. They are. Fascinating. And magical. Used to pretend I was one when I was little. Really wanted their magic and their wings. You can just ask them for their magic. Not sure about their wings. Ugh. I ain't a priest either. Besides, I'm a warrior. I don't do all that magic. Why not? I like my sword and my muscles. They're a good combo. And I don't need to rely on anyone, not even dragons. A little help never hurt anybody. A little self-reliance don't either. If you say so. Does that mean you don't want a drink to pep you up, Lynn? I didn't say that. I see. That doesn't count as help? It's prepayment for me taking on your quest. Sure. You'll be happy to hear that I have some incredible infusions to offer that could greatly help with your quest. Nah, that sounds unnecessarily complicated. Let's keep it simple. Alright, what can I get you then? I reckon a bit of a boost for this body couldn't hurt. Heard they're quick and toothy, so I'll need to be hardy for its bite. Some defense might come in handy. Or something for the brain. Baba talked quite a lot about how much they enjoy a good ruse. It's starting. Maybe I can outsmart it with the right play. But I'd need some intelligence for that. Won't be risking it all on a bad idea. Are you sure you don't want any infusions? Just a little bit of Phoenix chili would make you fire resistant. That could be very useful in a fight. Dragons, you're stubborn. Sure, I'll try one. And on the topic of trickery, no. One is enough. Either you mix defense with your revered chilies, or you go heavy on intelligence. Don't need any more of your fancy tricks. I don't care which one you pick. That's your job. Figure it out. Oh, it's like going back to the home country. Okay, we are definitely doing the Phoenix chilies. And we want to do the one with defense. Which would be the Frosted Lagoon, as it turns out. Sorry. Yeah, definitely the Frosted Lagoon. Sorry. Hi, buddy. Hi. Yeah, I know it's almost bedtime. He gets mad if I don't go to bed on time because he likes to cuddle with me. One fudge nugget. No. Hi, buddy. Yep. I'm almost done. It was right. I just accidentally put too much. My guy. I know. I know your bedtime. I know. I love you. Come here. Figured it out. Come here. Who's my little baby? Who's my little baby? I'm gonna make a little pouch for you. Yeah, you like your pouches, don't you? You're like a little kangaroo. Thanks. Feeling tougher already. And dangerously close to catching fire myself. Think I could almost take on a dragon like this. Let's stay grounded. How urgent is the sunscreen? Pretty urgent. The sun tends to not take a break, even for vampires. Maybe he should sunbathe less then. That might solve his problems. Yeah, mine. But when has an easy solution ever been fun? Good point. Oh, you were purring up a storm. I'll see what I can do. Maybe they got some mice in that mangrove. Yeah, good luck. Won't be needing it. I'll be waiting to hear your exploits upon your return. And that is the end of the night. I have a very opinionated, squirmy, wormy cat who wants to go to bed. I am barely conscious because I am a very old lady and also want to go to bed. It has been so much fun. This will be up on my archive channel hopefully by tomorrow. And thanks for hanging around. If you decided to have a watch, even if you were just lurking, we appreciate it. And we're gonna say good night. Yes we are. We're gonna say good night. I completely missed all of your chats because I didn't have my chat up. I wasn't expecting anyone to be watching. But we say good night. Bye. We'll see you hopefully tomorrow for the Procrastination Power Hour on Saturday.